Oh yeah, we back at it again. Hey man, look, keeping it a buck. We were expecting a lot more news by now, but I guess we keep on waiting, man. What's going on, Joe?
Mess around to get news after we done recording or
As
something,
soon
man.
as soon as that, and then tomorrow when they see it, be like, oh, these motherfuckers don't know nothing.
Yeah, then we're gonna have to hit a live on or something, man. An emergency live,
Yeah,
something.
man.
Yeah, man. It's the weekend. It's the off season essentially. So
hmm
you know, we fiending, right? It's a bunch of fiends out there. You know what I mean?
Hey, y'all got
Yeah,
any more of them flips? Y'all got any more of them
yeah,
commits? Y'all
yeah.
got,
You know what I
you got anything?
mean?
No.
But it's coming. You know how the loafers
hmm
do. The loafers
hmm
get on, and it's coming. Early signing day is the 20th,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
So
sir. 10
we
days.
on the clock, man. We on the clock. Let's get it. Let's chop it up. Benny Boondocks is about to cook. Bushy Top is I think Bushy Top is coming out, man. So
It might make an appearance, man. Let's go.
let's get it.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CP. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre and post game analysis.
All
Okay,
right, we'll
yeah,
talk
please.
about it at the end. We'll talk about it.
No. Let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like, I don't
I
appreciate
mean, what did you say?
No,
What are we talking about, son?
get into it. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
You heard?
hey, man. I'm saying you heard podcast.com, man. Get your merch over there, man. Holla at us, man. Christmas
No
coming,
doubt, we
man. Get
got it
your
up.
get right, man. All right, man.
So,
We want how
so
you want to kick
listen,
this one
man,
off, Joe?
we got a flip kinda.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Flip,
I mean?
flip,
Kinda.
flip.
Mr. Kendall Jackson, salute to you,
Mm-hmm.
man. Welcome to the squad.
Yeah, man.
He decommitted from Florida. I'm sorry, a
Yep,
couple weeks ago, I would say,
yep.
and committed to Miami, man. DN,
Mm-hmm.
I project that he'll move inside in
Yes, sir.
college, man. I think they'll put some weight on him. He has a similar body type to like a Ruben Bain,
Mm-hmm.
but he's just taller. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think he's what
6'4".
6'3", 6'4", yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
6'4". Yeah.
Yeah, I watched tape on him a little earlier, man, and you know he does what he does in high
Mm-hmm.
school. He dominates,
Mm-hmm.
gets off the ball quick, uses his hands, just like most young D linemen. He plays high, you
Right.
know, but you'll get all that taken care of, man. You got the gold jacket,
Yeah,
you
Gold
know.
Jacket and Black Loafers were out, man.
Yeah, yeah,
That
you
was
got
an
the good.
easy. That was an easy title for this episode. Like,
Yeah,
they out there together. They're in the same PJs, hopping everywhere. So Kendall
yeah,
Jackson is a solid get. I'm
yeah,
saying good depth piece. He's what 6'4", 6'3", 255.
yeah,
His mom's is all over Twitter correcting the saying that he's only 220. Like, now my son 255. So he
yeah.
already putting weight on. Hopefully
And
he's an earlier.
what's crazy is his whole family is like Gators, man. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? He goes to high school. He lives in Gainesville.
yeah,
So that's kind of wild style, man.
yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
know.
because ain't none of like something like I go to Gainesville a lot, and that thing is heavy
hmm
about how they promote their Gators, man. I'll give
hmm
them that. That city is all Gators, everything. You go to the mall, got 2 or 3 stores that sell Gator stuff. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's different there. So I'll give them that. That's the only credit I ever give them. They promote their city, and as they should put on for the only thing they got going on there.
Of
But
course. Of course.
we went in their crib and took one of their guys. So,
Yeah.
but that
Yeah.
that that class is falling apart, and we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. And
We knew that
and
was going to happen.
and by all accounts, should be a couple more
hmm
coming from that commit list.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, the word around town is, a couple more guys, at least one more on defense.
yep.
Um, should be coming off that board over there. So
Come
with
on with
with
it.
that, yeah, come on with it,
Come
man.
on,
The
come
D
on with it.
line, uh, Kendall Jackson was a D lineman.
Yep.
So earlier in the summer, right, there was some talk about perhaps the greatest D line class in history coming through.
Yeah, at Miami, right? Like we were saying,
At
like
Miami.
at Miami, yeah.
So we were
Rankings and all
talking
that.
about at that time, David Stone. We
Yeah,
were talking
Dylan
about
Stewart.
Dylan Stewart, Colin
Yeah.
Simmons,
Justin Scott,
Aiden Breland, you know, was part of that. So if we keep in count, right?
Yep.
What we got?
Let's keep count.
What we got?
Justin Scott.
Justin Scott. We got
Dylan,
Marquise Lightfoot.
Marquise
He was
Lightfoot.
part of that. Artavius Jones.
Artavius Jones, the juggernaut.
Yeah.
Hey, I put part of that class. Underrated though, man. The guy who's not rating well, a 2-time back-to-back champ, Dylan Russell, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dylan Russell.
Handle business against Mandarin. Shout out to Derek Plass throwing people around the yard. I'm saying I'm sure everybody saw that clip, but you got Artavius Jones, you got Justin Scott, you got Marquise Lightfoot, Booker Pickett in that. You know what I'm saying?
Pickett.
Like
you got Elias Rudolph in that.
Yeah.
So
right.
According to I think On 3 put a graphic out about the best D-line classes in the country, and Miami was number 1.
Yep.
So far. Yeah. Right.
And it still could climb. Like we get extend that lead. Like this is the third quarter. This is third quarter right here.
Well, who's still out there, man? Who do you think? Who do you want to jump on board, man? If we get 2 more on the D line, who do you want on the D line out there, man? That we have a realistic. I can't even say realistic because I think everybody's realistic.
I think everybody's in play. Yeah. Till they sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And JT. So who do you want to come on board, man? If you could.
Man, I know it'll be a tough one. I think Big Cam, yo. I think Kamarion Franklin jump on, and
he looked pretty locked in. Yeah,
he looked pretty locked in. The David Stone looked pretty locked in. Put out the tweet today, 1,000% locked or 10,000% locked in. But you know what I'm saying, if we're playing, you know what I'm saying, fantasy football, you know what I'm saying, with the draft, I would say Big Cam and Dylan Stewart would be my 2 if I had 2 to pick from.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Dylan Stewart, like we know, man, that recruitment has been real.
Calladito. Real calladito out here.
Tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody. Nobody.
I mean? It's been real hush hush.
Yeah,
you know, I've been seeing little things like
you've been saying things that have gotten reactions. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And South Carolina is kind of in a bad situation over there. So I've been hearing like all the NIL money is going to him. So you know, why bounce at this point? You know, and like we know, we don't know everybody's motivation. You know what I mean? Nope. So but I think that's a recruitment worth watching, definitely.
Yep.
Dylan Stewart over there. David Stone looks pretty locked in.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing about it is everything we've heard is like the consistency of the recruitment and the message from the young men. Like look, Justin Scott, by all accounts, we were all right. We moved on. Look, you locked in with Ohio State, man. Wish you the best of luck. We'll check in. He reached back out to Miami. No doubt. Like, look, man, you know what? I was wrong, and that's different, right? So you kind of hope that happens 1 or 2 more times. Because look, right now you could tweet out anything you want. You could tweet out what ain't nobody ask you shit about nothing. You could tweet it out, yo, I'm locked in, I'm home, da-da-da. But till there comes pen to paper, that's when the real pressure starts. I imagine.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like right now, it's just a tweet. Right now, all this shit is non-binding. It don't matter what none of what we say, none of what the young men say, none of what the parent. Nobody. That day on December 20th, because I think it's 20 through the 22nd, because it's like the first 3 days. You know what I'm saying? It's always like 3 days of National Signing Day. So the earliest you can sign is that 20th. So you never know, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And the coaches are not gonna stop recruiting. It goes till the till they're
walking up to the
Bam, to the final minute, you get a
Yeah.
text like, yo, that number's different. Oh, wait, the
Yeah.
number went up. Oh, no.
The number went up.
Change your
Yeah,
plans.
the number.
Change your plans. You know what I mean?
Let's get all these balloons out of here. Let's clear this out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facts,
it happens.
facts.
It's happened to us, and we'll do it to people if we keep it at a buck.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's not even a question. So with all this chatter going around,
A lot of chit chat.
all this chit chat going around, how do we determine what's real and what's clickbait? Who knows, man? Who
I
knows?
saw a lot of back.
You would think the local media, the people who've been doing it for 15, 20 years, been covering the squad, would know, but it doesn't seem
that they have any
like,
idea.
Yeah, man. So
You know
what do you when you're reading stuff? You listen, you a reader. You are a reader.
I am.
You're all over the internet looking at everything. So who do you believe? When you read stuff, what do you believe, man?
Man, look, it's funny you bring this up. Like this is why I like how we've been doing it lately. Is like I'll take charge of an episode, you take charge of it, because I never know how we're gonna go with it. Besides, even going into the episodes, we never know how we're gonna cook with it. But it seems a lot like the people who do what we do are more believable. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're in group chats because you start to realize like how like people are more than just fans. Like they're embedded into this program to like know what's happening, know recruitment. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know the names, and y'all know who we rock with. Y'all seen them on the show. But I'm not gonna say the people behind the paywall don't know, but I think there's been certain walls that have been put up for them that hasn't been put up for fans. You know what I'm saying? That people that have access and know. And a lot of people get on. Look, I'll say it. A lot of people get on like on Flow or people like that. Saying names, fam. Like it's not our jobs. It'll never be our jobs. It'll never be Flow's job to ruin that moment for a kid. Ever. That's why would he do that? Why would any of us do it? That's why if Flo knows, if Rasta knows, if anybody knows, we'll never, like if Joe knows, I know, CB knows, we're never gonna do that. I am never gonna take that moment, and I'll never rock with somebody who takes that moment away from somebody's commitment. If I know months in ahead of like there's a lot of moving pieces, man. So to answer your question with a long-winded ass answer, I believe I listen to more the people who do what we do. And then get it secondhand from what you know what I'm saying from the writers, because there is that like that wall between their establishment and our passion. You know what I'm saying, like we're not rooting against you, like we're not trying to like fucking do some investigative reporting to be like why Miami so like we got this guy that's fucking rock me, like we're gonna be the publicity for that shit. Like you saw Kendall Jackson's tweet, that shit blew up, and everybody started talking about it. We did that shit. Like people behind the media can't ever do that. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't be like Manny Navarro can't be like, yo man, this is a great. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to rock with this. He's got to be separate from it. So yeah, I'm always gonna say people who do what we do.
Right. That's definitely definitely, man. We talk, we keep what we get, we keep in house, no question. It's not even a conversation. You know what I mean? And it's different. We know how Coach Cristobal rocks. It's no mistake. He's been like that since he stepped foot on campus. He tries to keep everything on lockdown. He puts out, or they put out what they want to put out. So, with that being said, like the quarterback situation, right? The portal quarterback situation.
That's
what's going on right now. Everybody's losing their minds about this.
Why don't we have one?
Yeah. So the names, the obvious name, right? Cam Ward is an obvious name. Will Howard, we both Wills. Will Howard,
Will Rogers.
Will Rogers. But there are names that nobody's talking about. Nobody's talking about. And history would tell you that those would be the names you need to kind of pay attention to. The names that we have heard nothing about. So one quarterback, One quarterback, son. Who you want? One quarterback, one QB. Who do you want? Not
Honestly,
who's going to fit the offense. Who do
no.
you want?
I prefer Will Howard, man.
You prefer Will Howard.
Yeah, yeah. Like
why?
And I'm gonna keep. I think, and I'm gonna keep it 100% crystal with you, man. If we're looking at it like we were talking about earlier, which is a show we're gonna do, and probably in the coming days at some point, we're gonna do like our NIL budget fantasy draft, right? Like how we allocate if we had this much money. Like there's demands that are these are the conversations that are being had, right? If it's comparable, you go for the guy who doesn't cost you as much, so that way you could do more with your team. I think Will Howard brings a similar skill set. He's a runner, yeah, to Cam Ward.
Okay.
To me. And I might be wrong. Look, if y'all in the chat, that's to me, I'm saying like I don't see like this extreme difference of if Cam, like, because I'll give a shout out to OBB on this because they were right. There's no clear cut. Like if you're a superstar, you're going to the league. Like if you're still staying in college football, there's some things you need to work on. So if you still need to work on, like, to me, it's you know what I'm saying, toss up for how you like it. If you like the Cam Ward thing, I'm cool with Cam Ward. For me, it's Will Howard out of those two. Perfect. Just I like his game. I like his release a little bit better. It's a little bit higher. I'm not. I think, and I don't know if I see it wrong. I think Cam Ward has a little bit too much of a windy release. Kind of brings, you know what I'm saying, like brings the shoulder into it a little bit. Like there's like an elbow shoulder movement that's a little bit tweaky for me. It's just, again, my preference. I think Will Howard stays up taller and just looks like a dog to me, man. Like if the numbers that the rumor numbers that we're hearing are true, right? Like you just gonna play, like if you play for 750, you play for 750. But if you're asking for above that to up to $2 million, you know what I'm saying? Like your son, that's a lot. $2 million better be 11 and 1. $2 million better get me 11. You fuck around, come up here and go 8-5, and I don't want to hear no excuses because we gave you $2 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just, and he's not a great value version. If you really watch Will Howard, man, I think Will Howard's solid. I think Will Howard is a dog. I'm saying the guys won a championship in the Big 12. You know what I'm saying? BTCU, the national runner-up. So yeah, for me. How about you? How you feel about it?
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man.
That's what we do.
I'm not overly impressed with anybody
in
the portal. Keeping it
it's
a
all,
buck.
it's all like here, right? It's all like
it's a lot. Like if Caleb Williams was in the portal, you know,
no question,
that's something different.
Michael Penix,
Michael Penix or somebody like that. But I feel like all things are kind of even. Like you get different things with everybody. And listen, this is all unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we don't know what's going to happen with the coach.
No shit.
But with that being said, I've been feeling more and more lately. I'm not going to front. Curtis Rourke from Ohio.
Yeah, solid.
I like his game, man. I don't. I just think he takes care of the rock.
Yes, he does.
He has a big arm.
Sure does.
He's a big kid. He's about 6'5", 220, something like that.
Big kid.
He can run. He can definitely use his legs. And he ran the offense, efficiently.
Yeah, Brett was able to audible in that offense. Yeah, complete that offense. Yeah,
complete control, and he's just smart. He's smart back there, and he takes care of the ball, man. So, and it's not going to be $2 million. You know what I mean? He's not going to be $2 million, and I feel like you can get the same. I think with probably 3 or 4 of those guys, you win 10 games, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should. And like I said, I wouldn't be mad with anybody. I wouldn't be mad with Cam. I wouldn't be
McCord?
mad with who?
McCord from Ohio State. Right,
Nah, I
it's Kyle
wouldn't be
McCord.
mad, man. I don't know what people. I don't know. People wilding.
Get
I would
that
not
get
be
that
mad
get
at all.
that get
Kyle
that
McCord.
jersey. Yeah, man. Come on now.
Yeah, man.
Get
His
that,
first season starting, and he did all right. You know what I
yeah.
mean? He did.
Lost
He
one
did
game.
just
All of
fine.
a sudden he bad. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
he
26
did
and
just
7,
fine,
fam.
man. He
I
did
think
just.
I think the consensus across all pods for the most part, and all of us, we just don't want no statue. Like
Yeah.
that's, you know what I'm saying? Like we want somebody, like if the player breaks down that can give me 6. I don't, not necessarily 60 every time. I'm saying keep the chains moving, be a threat, sink, like make the linebackers or the safeties to come up towards the line a little bit more and pay for it, because I'm saying they broke eye discipline. Just something different. I don't want to see statue 8 seconds and a pick straight to the other team. I don't want to see that shit.
Listen,
I'll
man.
take I'll take 2 yards.
My thing is, regardless of who we get, I want the offensive staff to put us in good positions to win and put the quarterback in a good position to succeed, regardless of who it is. You know what I mean? Who we get, I don't care. You know, but that's the thing that worries me. So
The offense.
yeah, regardless of who we have, like on the defensive side, I'm not worried. The more we stack, the more that man Coach Guidry has to cook with. So I'm not worried. I'm not particularly worried about that. The offensive side.
It seems like our chef isn't allowed to cook.
Yeah. So that's all I need. That's all I want, man. That's all I want. All the toys in the world is not gonna matter if you can't play with them, son.
Yeah, you could have 12 receivers if you play the same 3. What you doing? What you doing?
What are we doing out here, man? So
yeah,
man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter who you get if your offense doesn't rotate in and see what's popping with them and see what the skill sets are.
Right. We got skill positions for days, man. You got Ray over there. Depending
Rashard
on what's
still.
going to happen, right? Because there's going to be a lot more people leaving. There's going to be a
16,
lot more people leaving,
16 players from Miami have gone into the portal as of right now.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot more, and it quite possibly that wide receiver room could take a hit, quite possibly. You know what I mean? So
I already took one last night.
Yet, but yeah, we don't. Yeah, let's talk about that, man. Yo, y'all really got me tight about Kobe. Yo, let me hold on. I got Kobe. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all really got me tight about number 4, man. Y'all acting like he was just. I saw he played like he was 5'8" and what?
Yep.
This is we talk. Listen, man, he wasn't the route runner Jacoby George was. Not at all. He didn't have the feel for the position that X has, but he made plays, man. When you threw him the ball one-on-one, which is how you're supposed to use a 6'5" receiver.
Yep.
When you're in the red zone or you needed a big first down and you threw it up to him, he made the play.
Yep.
Most of the time, he made the play. He didn't get that many opportunities in the red zone. Miami's red zone offense was at the bottom of the country in red zone efficiency.
Yep.
Why? You know what I mean? You throw it up to your 6'5" guy.
Never did.
On one.
We did one time.
That improves that number dramatically.
Yeah, Clemson, good old Emory threw him the ball up.
Yeah.
2 for 2 times. Yeah.
Yeah, without those, do we win that Clemson game?
Nope.
Because, there was a few big plays, man. Y'all really be forgetting and y'all really be acting like, y'all y'all be wilding, man.
I saw a lot of, but we were 7-5, so you're gonna need it. Fam, like he wasn't utilized correctly. Like I don't like can't nobody. He wasn't like you run a wide every time you do a wide receiver screen with him, it was 8 to 12 yards, but you don't continue that. You don't give him. You gave him 2 slants all season, and one of them it was the Emory game. You don't target him at all in the red zone, but you're gonna throw a fade to Jacoby George, who's 6'1" on a good day. Like if we, you know what I'm saying, if we're being kind of dependent on who measures him and how he feels that day, well, you don't give Kobe that space on that side. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, look, man, the man had 47 catches and probably was targeted 60 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he was out there dropping a bunch of balls and being trash and just couldn't handle the ball and always frustrated. Fam, like you get 150 targets to another receiver, yeah, his energy is going to be different. That's everybody's. If you your ass work with somebody right now who might get praised a lot more than you, I bet you your ass shows up on that Tuesday. We're like, man, I don't know if I want to be here today, man. Fuck, what I got to do today? They gonna give old Carl all the praise anyway. Yeah, that mentality gets to you.
Yeah, I watched the receiver position, man. I understand he had a few games where he had some rough patches. Definitely. If you watch the whole game and you're not just looking at highlights, no doubt. There were times where he got caught up, had a rough time getting off the jam. You know, it's yes, definitely. Routes wasn't as crisp as they could have been, but he was a valuable asset, man. He was a valuable asset.
He's not the guy that I saw going.
Yeah, and you talking about, you know, there's some interest from Georgia. You seen what Georgia did with the last big receiver that left Miami, man. Lawrence Cager went over there and got busy.
Balled the fuck out.
He got drafted because of Georgia.
Because of Georgia. I mean? And we were like, oh, and it was the same energy when Lawrence Cager left. It was the same energy. It was like, oh, we don't. He should have been a tight end anyway. Should have moved him inside, because he was too big. All this shit, fam. We don't always need 5'11" receivers, man. We don't have no size now. Isaiah Horton is our solo size,
and that's fine. Isaiah Horton's my guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that number 4 opens up though, JJ. You know what I mean? I'm talking to you, JJ. That number 4 opens up, man. Yeah, no doubt. JJ. That number 4 is opened up, brother.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. I have a bad feeling. I have a feeling JJ.
What you about to say?
Man. I have a feeling, son.
That would be wild.
He's going to Colorado.
We never hear the end of groove if that happens. Oh my god!
It's already. You seen they got another cat today.
Draylon Miller. Yeah, they're from A&M. Yeah, solid. Yo, he's gonna cook, man. Look, I've never questioned how he's gonna recruit in his charisma, his personality. Dion gonna do what Dion gonna do, but I just think, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
still at the end of the day, you still got to coach.
You still got to coach though. You can't. It ain't the shades, brother. It ain't just the shades. It ain't shades and it ain't shades and insurance commercials, man.
Yep. And fam, that works over here too, because we've talked.
It ain't the loafers.
Yeah, we've talked about it, fam. We're gonna recruit. We're gonna acquire elite talent, but what does all that mean if you can't coach the offense? If
it bothers me, like, and I brought it up. I brought it up briefly on the last show. It could have been on for the culture. It bothers me how his energy is so different from recruiting to the season. Coach Cristobal.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, right, like you can feel it, yo. Like, look how much more excited we are now. Well, we're talking about potential. Like, the team wasn't that. We know the team wasn't 7-5 bad. From what they just performed, they were put 8-4 because of one bad coaching decision, and then this should have been at least a 9-3 season.
Yeah,
we got coached. We got coached into a 7-5. If we keeping it a buck, and look, you look at all the metrics. This is not a 7-5. A top 30 defense, a top 35 offense. That should not equal 7-5.
Nope.
We were battling to be 7-5 against fucking Boston College, who had like 100-something ranking on either offense or defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not somebody who you should be battling with. So I 100% have that fear. If keeping it all the way up, but you keep stacking all this fucking talent, but if you look totally different from one Saturday to another, that's unacceptable. I don't give a fuck how many top 5 classes you recruit. I don't want to hear, oh, you gotta wait. Nah, man, you could give me 9-3 though. I could wait real nicely with a 9-3. 7-5, I'm gonna start looking at your sideways like, yo, man, fuck we doing here?
Yeah, yep. No doubt. So we had some news about a couple of big time guys, man.
Yeah, a couple leaders on offense and defense. Yep.
Matt Lee, starting center, has decided to enter the draft, which is not really a surprise. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, 50-50.
But his stock is probably as high as it's going to be right now. So, if you're gonna go on the second or third day, why not? You definitely have to do that. So with that, I asked the question on Twitter. Is the next starting center in the room, or is that a portal center? Or do you bring a portal center in now for competition?
Yep. Bring a portal center. Bring a portal center in. Definitely. Because if it is, let's say it is Ryan Rodriguez, right, who is the backup center right now. If it is Ryan Rodriguez, I don't want just Ryan Rodriguez going into the season. You know what I'm saying?
Course.
I think Totruck's gone, right? Totruck graduated, or John Dennis is gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone. So you need a second guy. I don't want to be doing in the middle of the season, like if Jalen Rivers stays and Ryan Rodriguez gets hurt, then you got to flip in Jalen Rivers to center and do all this moving around shit. I don't want to do that. I want like for like. I want standard for standard, and somebody else. If Ryan Rodriguez gets hurt, you got a second Ryan Rodriguez or better. Or if Ryan Rodriguez gets beat out by the portal guy, Ryan Rodriguez doesn't skip a beat. I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? Fucking tossing around shit, mixing, matching. I don't want that. I want like for like. I want left tackle to left tackle, right tackle to right tackle, guard to guard, center to center. You got to get a portal center.
What if you move Jalen Rivers inside, man?
If we do that, I'm saying if we do that in the like now, like during spring and get them ready for all that, yeah. But I'm not saying if you do that during the season, and then you have somebody learning on the job.
Because that's his future. You know what I mean?
Guard
I think he's coming back to move back inside and look at it, get the league to see him inside, So
do you move? So let's talk about that real quick because we're talking about offensive line. I'm saying, Matt Lee, thank you for your year, man. You balled out. Appreciate you crying on the sideline and showing passion, man. None but love and respect for you. So if you move Jalen Rivers to, let's say, left guard, right? Do you move then Francis to left tackle? Because you're not moving Cooper. Cooper's locked in at right guard, right?
I'm saying perhaps you move Jalen Rivers to center.
Okay.
And you keep Cooper at right guard. You move Francis to left guard because Francis needs to move inside. To me, in my opinion, I think Francis needs to move inside.
Okay.
And then you have tackles. You have Matt McCoy. You have Pancake. You have Markel Bell. You have tackles.
Tommy Kinsler, who knows where his status is? That's tackle. He ain't no guard. That dude too big to be a guard.
You have, You know what I mean?
Okay.
So perhaps, I think he's gonna move inside, but so you have options. I think you have options, man.
Okay, move him to center. I'm good with that. Yeah, because you have a new quarterback coming in too, so there's no need to like, I have a better feel for this quarterback over this one. So it'd be a like for like switch. All right. Yo, the bigger thing though
is very smart. You know what I mean?
Played every position.
He won that O-line. Yeah. Yep.
Leader of the locker room, 6 year with the Canes. So no question about that. Other side of the football, Kiko. Yeah. So I got Kiko staying. The big oos. You know what I'm saying? The big Samoan.
How you feel about that though? Because you got. They was coming at you.
I have people mad at me. about my stance. Yeah. Look, if we playing a 4-2-5, we're playing a 4-2-5 for me is Wes and Kiko, right? But right behind them is Popo and Marcelius. That's just what it is. And I'm talking. I don't think Kiko came off the field much last year, so you're basically going to be rotating Wes in with those two other linebackers, unless you do that 3-3-5 stack a couple of times to throw people off. Then you do, you know what I'm saying, a Popo on the other side with Kiko in the middle, and then rotate them in that way. But yeah, man, it's Kiko and Wes. But you got to remember, man, those linebackers got rotated quite a bit. Like Corey Flagg got a lot of burn. KJ Chloe got a lot of burn. And I think KJ Chloe's still here.
Yes, sir.
Which I thought he was gone. I thought last year was his last year. I guess not. Somebody
I'm
told
glad
me
to
he was
have
a
him
grad
back.
transfer.
I hope he's back. Yes, I hope he's
Yeah.
back. I'm glad.
So
Yeah.
my young guys might have to wait.
Yeah.
I hope not, but
And I think,
hey,
listen, that 3-3-5, man, that 30 front was really out of necessity.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? He didn't want to do that.
We didn't
but
have D tackles. Yeah, we didn't have D tackles or D ends.
Yeah, your D line was hit, riddled with injuries, man. So I don't think we'll see much of that unless it's necessary. Or maybe on the third and long situations, you may see a 30 front. But
Yeah,
other than that, no,
I think because you
that
could have guys that'll switch out their skill sets could be like they could start with a 4-2, but then you know what I'm saying a flip to a 3-3-5 and you know what I'm saying at the height, you know what I'm saying at the play, or start at a 3-3-5 and break into a, you know what I'm saying, like you could have guys that do different skill sets and do different talents. Like you're gonna have more toys to play with this season.
Yeah, and they you know the cat from NC State who CJ Clark, is that his name?
CJ Clark.
CJ Clark, who visited, man, he played nose because you know NC State ran a 3-3.
Yeah.
So he played nose, and if he comes over to Miami and he's playing D tackle in a forefront, he's gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? Because he's quick off the ball. They're comparing him to like a bigger Branson Dean, basically.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
So,
he's a big boy. I need that graphic, bro. I need that graphic.
Facts.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be like that guy just puts in work, man.
Facts.
I need that graphic.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's check in with our guys, man.
You're about to do it, aren't you? I feel it.
Yeah, I can't do it. Let's check in with our guys.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yeah, man.
Salute to the Caneswear people. You know what I
salute
mean?
to Brett, Jeff, all those guys, man, holding it down.
Yes.
Top of the line customer service with Kingswood, man. Y'all already know, man. Y'all know what it is.
Yep. Haven't been there in a while.
It's been too long.
So I'm kind of fiending right now. I may get online and see what's going on over there.
Yeah, they got some good sales right now for this, you know what I'm saying, for the holiday season. Definitely go check them out.
Yep. So I'm looking to see if anything has happened since we
37 minutes that we've been in. I was checking my phone during the Kingswear ad, like anything. Ain't no graphic.
Yeah.
Ain't no Hayes faucet. Nothing.
Nothing going on. Okay.
All right.
Nothing going on.
Nothing.
All right. No.
Nothing. No. Y'all got anything? Y'all got anything over there? No. Ain't no graphics. Rasta, you got anything? No graphics. All right. A whole lot of 5 for Florida State. That's about it. It's kind of weird how they bragging about that. Their guy got 5th. Nothing. All right.
Yeah.
No.
So there's going back to the quarterback thing, there's apparently a connection between Dawson and Cam Ward's people somewhere.
I heard about this. Yeah, something about Texas, right? Something about Texas.
Houston area. You know what I mean? So we figure that may play into it. As we know, relationships are vital, right?
Yep.
So yeah. So maybe
How would you feel if that's the pick? Like if we go on like that, if we're looking at it like
I'm ready to rock with whoever.
4 or 5 of them. 4 or 5 of them we're 10-2.
Yeah, I'm listen. Who don't I want? Let's see. There's somebody I watched and I was like, nah, son.
I can tell you who that is for me.
Who was it?
I don't. You want me to say names?
Yeah, they ain't. Listen, they ain't.
I just didn't see it. People like, oh, Daquan Finn.
Okay.
I just didn't. I
That's
just
unpopular, kid. People like Daquan, man.
they can like him. Cool. This is my opinion. Like I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just for me, like he just looked too small. Things like 6'2", 215 just looked small. Maybe it was like the way that they shot him on the field or something. Like he just looked like a small dude. I don't know. I'm good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I want the 6'5" guy. Like I'm 6. Just I'm saying like appearance wise, he looked like they're lying about his weight. Is all I'm saying. Like if he's 6'2", he's like 180, 190.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like pads were swinging around a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I felt about it.
Yeah.
Athletic, can make plays, but I wouldn't be like, yo, 10-2.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, back up.
I can't remember who I watched, man, and I was like, oh, relax, son.
A lot of people get hyped up, man. A lot of people get hyped up.
Yeah, but if Cam Ward, listen, man, if Cam Ward is the guy, listen, it's another athlete back there that plays quarterback to me.
Yeah.
And keeping it a buck, he's not even a runner like that.
No,
he runs when he has to.
Yeah, scrambler.
Yeah, he can scramble when he has to. He can get out of situations, but again, I just want the offensive coordinator to be able to cook, man.
Yeah,
that's all I care about.
You got to go all in with all the ingredients. Hey, man, look, it's yours. It has to be an accountability. Like, look, I clearly put my thumb on the scale a little bit too much last year. Slowed it down for whatever reason. Try to always play for overtime or the field goal. You know what I'm saying? Let's end this motherfucker right now is your slogan. Available for purchase at youheardpodcast.com. You know what I'm saying? You go all chips in on the table, put the adobo, you know what I'm saying? Put the Lawry's, put whatever, all the seasoning and spices you want for the ingredients. Allow that man to cook, man. Because it can't change from A&M to Temple to then Georgia Tech that much.
Obvious visible changes. Obvious for people just watching it, not knowing what's being called. Obviously a difference in game planning scheme. Yeah, obviously.
Because you can look at the other side of the ball. That would never happen. We lost guys. We adjusted. You changed schemes. Only got caught flat-footed one game, which was the North Carolina game. We couldn't cover the linebacker because we were pressuring with our linebackers, and they couldn't do both. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Louisville we got cooked.
Louisville, we got cooked with their tight ends coming out the backfield.
Cooked.
It was just absolutely cooked, no doubt. But yeah, so 2 games, man. But it's crazy. It's crazy.
Listen, Coach Cristobal has done, and Coach Marable, a masterful job on the O-line.
Yep.
Like, coach the O-line, recruit, CEO. Son, Coach Cristobal is a hell of a CEO. A hell of a CEO. Man.
Facts.
A hell of a recruiter. He builds relationships. He's
like nobody else.
Fundraise, all that, man. Do that and let your coordinators cook. That's it.
That's it, man.
That's it.
That's all.
Speaking of coaches, though,
here we go.
Your man Mauigoa, Coach Diaz recently got, I think what I think is a good position for him.
An appropriate position, yes.
Head coach at the Duke Blue Devils, who come into Hard Rock, who will be at Hard Rock next year, and we will be at that game.
We will be at that game.
That game, yeah.
It's not even a question. It's not even a debate.
I don't know
if I can make it. No. Yeah, I'm there. I don't know when the game is, but I'm there.
Yeah, I have no idea when it is, but that's a game that's must-see TV. There's a lot of praise,
admiration,
love on the social media sites, man. What do you make of this?
I could go real long with this, so I'm gonna let you go first. So I don't
have anything to say, son. I mean, congrats, boss. I don't know.
Congrats on your back. Look, I will say this: where he is now is where about right for him. Is like, and when he got the Temple job, I thought Temple was a good move for him. And I'm gonna say this: the admiration and love is a little weird to me, right? Because I do remember December of 2021 when everybody was like, "Yo, real DNA with it. Yo, get him the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out of here. Yo, your man's, get him the fuck." I remember all that. Like, I could act like I don't do receipts on Twitter and all that shit. I remember the shit. Like, everybody was like, "Yo, man, it's just," and the media did like this coach washing of him. Oh, Miami's so mean. I can't believe they're keeping him when they're clearly going after Mario Cristobal. Like every other fucking school doesn't do that same shit. Like I remember USC going after Lincoln Riley. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things are happening. This is business. Yo, these are grown men. They don't need to be coddled. That was the thing that bothered me. Like, son, this guy's getting paid millions of dollars to not do a great job. Like if we keeping it a buck. Going into like we're gonna keep it all the way a buck. Let's keep it all the way a buck. I'm not gonna talk about the FIU losses. Mario's got this isn't a Mario versus Manny thing. This is a Manny when Manny was here. Manny was here for 3 years before he got the head coaching job. The defense was good. Did it ever vastly get better besides 2017? Not really, right? Like it was never like a dominant.
2018, 2017, 2018 was good, very good.
Was good, but never took that. Those two nights in November, phenomenal. The world was rocking for me. Yes. I watched that shit at the wedding. I would never take that away. But fam, like I also remember Jonathan Garvin, monster freshman year. Y'all remember Jonathan Garvin? Only had 1 year. Joe Jackson, monster freshman year. Got hurt sophomore year. Never really did much after it. Jalen Phillips, his transfer portal guy. They couldn't play that first year. Had that one good year. Then went out to the league and is balling. I'm saying, hope you heal up and praise to you for tearing the Achilles. Like, there's a lot, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot. Quincy Roche was solid. He did some good things. But there's a lot of things that he was not good at. He was not ready for this position. It's not his fault, right? And I went back and forth with Q McCain. Shout out to Q McCain. This isn't a Manny wasn't at fault for everything. Blake James was a complete incompetent fool for hiring him after 12 hours with no search. Did the same thing with Mark Richt, though. Fam, we could have looked for the Groove fans. We could have had Lane Kiffin the year before, the same time, because Lane Kiffin was still the OC at Alabama. We never even offered him the job. He went to FAU. You think he wanted to be in fucking Boca? This was an administrative problem, yo. This was an administration. Manny was a symptom. He wasn't the disease. He just didn't know. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and he was caught up in the whirlwind of his dad having people on the board of directors wanting him to get the job. Like, he was a puppet and all that shit. This isn't a Manny thing. He was 100% clearly over his head. He never should have had the job to begin with, without a doubt. But he also failed while he was here. He's also responsible for not developing better relationships with the high schools around him, better relationships with players. He was at barbecues not talking to nobody. The relationship that Mario's successful at, Manny isn't. And that's undeniable. Like that, you talk to coaches about that shit. That's not me, you know what I'm saying? Fuck how you feel about it. That's just what it is.
High school coaches in the South Florida area. You know what I mean?
And 100%. They didn't like it. They just didn't rock with him. And that's, look, if you can't lock down South Florida, and that's the thing is, that's 6 years of not locking down South Florida, right, Joe? That's 3 years as a DC and 3 years as a HC. At no point did you help your situation out. You never made it. You never improved it. You never made it better. You hired Blake Baker to run your same defense, got countered to death, and the next year your defense got worse when you took it over. Like what your recruiting wasn't where it should have been. You never you were behind the 8 ball and never could figure out to get around it. Maybe because it was your administration was trash and all those things, but you were a symptom. We needed to sage that whole shit and excise it out too, man. And it's not your fault, Manny. I wish you the best at Duke against everybody but when you play us. But you should have never had this position. Blake James should have never been in this position either. He was a mailroom guy, sold tickets and climbed his way up. Good for you. Fam, that happens at small schools, not at schools with tradition, experience, and expectations. You could do that shit at Boston University and Boston College. Nobody gives a fuck about them. This is Miami. We got championships here, man. This isn't a mom and pop thing. That can't be ran like that. That's why we got Dan Radakovich now. And yes, and the failures of other administrations, all that shit, but it was just weird, yo. Like, because again, I remember when he was leaving, I was like, yo, can we just get Mario in? Like everybody was like, get him the fuck out and Groove and all that. Yeah, that's his guy, and I respect his position on all that shit. And everybody else, but there was a lot of people who were never like a real cheerleader for Manny. All of a sudden came out the woodwork. Oh man, that's my guy. Wishing the best. Like when the fuck was when? I don't remember y'all tweeting Penn State highlights. Like when was it? When did this happen?
Yeah,
that's it. But I'm gonna drink some water. That's all I got.
All right, that's what it is, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So I thought Jonathan Garvin was going to be the man, yo.
And listen, man, I'm not worried about no other team or no other squad, man. I really don't see why all the energy is put forth about Florida State and Florida and whoever the fuck ever. I don't care about none of them.
Never see me talk about them.
It's just about this all day and what we doing. So that's why I hope to death that with all this talent that comes in, we're able to
that's your biggest
finish
thing.
The job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Accomplish the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Questions. Is this the only question? Panhandle Kane?
Our guy, man, our OG, triple right there, man. Shout out to Panhandle Kane, man. Been rocking with us since our first episode. Shout out to Cuban Kane. Shout out to L Cuban Kane. Way too many Cuban Canes out there, man. Y'all need different nicknames or something, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to all the day ones. Appreciate y'all, man. All right, what's the question, Joe?
Facts. With Kiko's return on D, pause. How vital is that return in Coach Gidry? Nah, chill out. With Kiko's return on D, how vital is that return in Coach Gidry's second year? Who else will take the next step? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Panhandle. So how vital is his return to Coach Gidry's coaching, scheme. You know what I mean? Yep. His scheme and everything. Yeah, I think it's very vital, man. Your middle linebacker is your coach out there. He's the QB of the defense, along with the safety QB in the secondary. But yeah, that middle linebacker runs that front. He runs that front seven up there.
Sets up that D line.
Yeah, he shows up, make sure everybody's lined up right. So it's very vital, man, and it helps with the teaching process going for Coach Gidry going into his second season, man. So we all knew how vital it was, though. You know, I'm sure they were prepared if he wasn't coming back, but we all knew that this was going to be a big decision. So very vital.
Real quick for me, I never had a thought that he was going to leave. Just knowing the little bit that I know about Samoan culture and living there, like he was never gonna leave his little brother too early. Right. That just wasn't his pops would not allow him to do it. Like his family wouldn't like, look, you gotta help friends, you gotta help CC out, man. That's just what it is. He came here for his brother, right? Like that was the tie. So it's huge, man. Like you said, second leading tackler on the team behind James Williams, 70 tackles. You're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, bringing in the younger players. You're going to be bringing in a lot of transfer guys, teaching them the game. You're going to need that second coach out there on the field. That's huge. That second part of the question, man, who else will take the next step? I got to see before. I think Najee Kelly, man. I think Najee Kelly, you started to see it before he fucked up his foot during the middle. Like you saw what they were asking of him, man, playing in coverage as a DN, covering those flats. You didn't see that as much. After he went out, you didn't have the skill set guys to do that. Najee Kelly does, man. He's going to have 1 year more comfortable with it, knows what is expected of him. So I think Najee Kelly going to have a big second year in Coach Gidry's defense. Yeah, I think
Jaden Harris, man, is going to step up in place of Cam. I think he's going to be the leader back there. Cam took him under his wing, man. Cam taught him all he could, and he was willing to learn from Cam. He took it upon himself to stick to Cam and learn under him. So I think Jaden Harris is going to he has all the physical talent in the world, man. He has the ability. Yeah, he has the ability, man. So I think Jaden Harris is going to have a huge, huge year.
And yeah, just to pick it back off that one with Jaden Harris, that mentality is that of a winner, right? Like when you realize that you're not going to be the guy, but you got the upperclassman ahead of you, and you stick with him. And like, yo, man, just teach me everything you know. Like, so the drop off isn't bad when you leave. Like that mentality is that of a winner. Like, yo, it's an All American in front of you. What else? I'm saying, soak up everything he could teach you. So shout out to Jaden Harris, man.
Facts. Listen, man, you see
You
it.
see it right there.
Christmas coming up.
Yeah, man.
Pop some gear. You know,
Hoodies, man. All the hoodies up there.
yeah,
Got the
it's
Let 'em
hoodie
Cook
season.
hoodie.
It's
Got the
hoodie
Let 'em
season.
Cook hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Wake Me Up in December hoodie. You got the You Heard Podcast Vintage. You got the You Heard Podcast original logo. Shout out to our guy AB for making it, man. We coming, man. We coming. We got articles coming to you. You know what I'm saying? You can catch all the episodes of the pod on there. We cooking, man. We're trying to do something special for y'all, man. Appreciate y'all so much. Man. I got nothing else, Joe. What you got?
Wednesday, we're gonna have a special guest on Wednesday,
Live.
man. So we're gonna talk. Yeah, we're gonna be on that live Wednesday, man. So we'll put the reminder up. Continue, please continue to like, continue to subscribe, continue to ask questions.
Love it, man. Love the engagement.
Love the engagement, man. So yes, it's all about this. You know what it is. If we get some big news, we hopping on a live, man. So
if the graphic shows up tonight, we might fuck around and be back on to. I'm saying, because y'all know we record Sunday. Y'all might see the future in the past type shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. We up out of here, man.
Peace.
Peace.